Welcome to the 8th day of December 2025. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation, a live video journaling exercise that I do every day at 5:30 a.m. to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which you can read for free at goingalone.org, thanks to the support of my subscribers and members on YouTube and Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. But you can also get a copy if you just look for it online. You can buy a copy there. This is a journaling entry, so as such, I basically talk at the camera for a while. I'll read and respond to comments when I'm done. I do talk about sensitive subjects like death, particularly my own death. So if that makes you uncomfortable, just have a heads up there. I will also go over my notes from the last 24 hours to see where I did either very well or very poorly, so that I can learn and improve from what I discover. And I'll plan for the coming day. All right, let's get started looking at my notes here. Under the last 24 hours, it simply says two notes: peaceful day and restless night, which is an interesting contrast, isn't it? A peaceful day because I pretty much was just finishing a bit of preparation for my trip to America today, and I enjoyed some nice time with my wife, and my dog, my sister-in-law, and some lovely time in the garden, kind of putting the bamboo forest to bed for a little bit for 3 weeks while I'm gone. It was very pleasant. Restless night last night, as I was, tossing and turning a little bit, thinking about my trip to America today. Excuse me. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't the type of stressful restlessness. It was just kind of the, casual anxiousness about a big event, like going to a trip. Now, so this is easiest packing job I've ever done in my life. My suitcase is sitting here. I've got one little tiny little handbag, very, very straightforward. I'm very pleased with how well suited the traveling arrangements were. And what's really important is that I've got my phone now completely configured for emergency travel. And what I mean by that is that there's a big, okay, I'm going back to America to attend a horror show, which is the term hashtag horror, which is a term from Going Alone that describes circumstances that are truly horrible, that sometimes happen in life. And I've got a family member that's in the midst of a horror show right now, and I'm going back to help. Now, it's not my mom. Now I have a another horror show brewing, which is that my mom, who's going to turn 90 this year, is very close to having, within another year or two, five, whatever, a horror show is going to unfold for her as she enters the last stage of her life. Now, if you know my story, you know that I don't have a good relationship with my mom. I never have, and she, doesn't like me very much, keeps me at a distance. I'm honestly not sure uh, why she doesn't like me. I have ideas. You know, my lack of religious belief is probably the main one, but I think this runs much deeper than that. Anyway, but here's the issue. Here's the setting the stage for horror that I know is coming. I think is coming. Excuse me. She's going to eventually, something's going to happen. She's going to need one of her sons. Now, I'm going to be the one, and I'm going to need to make an emergency trip back to America to attend my mother's decline and to help her, usher her through whatever needs to be done to help her with that last stage of life, that difficult stage of life that so many of us do have to go through. And we need help doing that, whether she wants it or not. Excuse me. This horror show that I'm attending beginning today is preparation and readiness for that next horror show to come. What I mean by that is that I am ready to go. I have it all practiced now. Now I have all of the apps on my phone, all of the accounts that I need, the process all set up. I know how to be in America in relatively short order, to attend an emergency if needed. I wasn't ready for that. I mean, I knew, I'd already said that if was needed in America, I would go back, but I didn't have it all mapped out. You know, now I have a special folder in my phone that I just gave the quiet title of travel. It's a folder on my iPhone, this phone, just says travel, but really what it is it's my horror show readiness folder. All the apps that I need to book a flight, get a plane. Um, I have my uh, Viper phone service set up there. I have my eSIM app, whatever it's called, I can't remember, set up in there, and various and sundry other things. Plus, I have all of the people that I would need to communicate with in my life, uh, connected to, and not just connected to, but you know, bookmarked and earmarked with. Oh, and I have all of their phone numbers connected up into the Raptor app, so that I can call them directly. I don't need to have a phone service in the United States. I can arrive in the United States as soon as my phone touches a cell tower in Los Angeles. I've got data. I can call people. I can do everything. And I mean, I've got it figured out. I know what to do now. So what this means is, and this is probably why I had a peaceful day yesterday, and then a little bit of a restless night, was that I'm ready. I'm ready. Should my family in America need me, I can come back on a pretty short notice. Now, this experience that I'm embarking on today, the readiness for it, was the preparation for that. The practice run. Well, it's not a practice run. I'm going back to attend True Horror to be today. Um, but you know what I mean. It's a readiness run. That's good. That's a good feeling to be prepared. So I guess that's significant. Now I'm all ready to go. My bag is right here. Like I said, my other bag is there. Yumiko this house and home is in capable hands, and my wife, she's she's fine. You know, our life here is on cruise control now, in retirement, so I don't have to worry about anything here. Just go back to America and attend to the effort to trying to be helpful for 3 weeks, and then I come back. All right, my creed from my book consists of 8 objectives and 35 principles. The objectives are as follows. Number one, most important, in fact, in terms of outcome, is to be always ready for death. See, I promised you, talk about it, my own death. This means that I need to have my affairs in good order. All the paperwork needs to be uh, set up and organized, budgets intact, income streams ready to go, not just for myself, but after I'm dead, I need to make sure that my wife is going to be cared for the rest of her life, which she will be. Medical stuff is all set up, last will and testament. People understand what my wishes are, you know, and also that so those are my affairs. That's very important to have my affairs in order, and they are. My life's my life's work needs to be complete, and it totally is complete. My daughter is raised; she's off doing her own life. My book is written, and everything that I wanted to leave behind in the world, that's important to me, is on that top shelf right there. So when I die, if I keel over, Emily, and I've told Emily that, I said, Emily, all this other stuff, just get rid of. The only thing that I really have that I really want to pass along to you, my daughter, is the stuff on that top shelf. And not even, you shouldn't have to keep this stuff up here. These are just mementos. It's these 16 books, which really should be 18. That's going to be one of the quests when I get back to America today, is I'm going to try to search for the remaining 2 books, which I need are, the 2 books that I need are, excuse me, the Torah with notes by Rabbi Rashi, and I need a copy of that. I'm going to get the softbound copy of Cosmos by Carl Sagan. If I have those 2 books added to these 16, that bookshelf will be complete. That's all 18 books that are outlined in the recommended reading section of Going Alone. My idea then is that hopefully then after I'm dead, my daughter will pass along through her family line a copy of Dad's book and the 18 books that I'm hoping that my descendants will have in hand. And it's actually in a solid wooden, beautiful antique bookcase that I got just this last weekend, that I realized it would be a perfect fit, that contains it. So you just have to lift it up and you can carry it around. It's a little portable little bookshelf that it's basically of all the reading that I've done, it's the compiled best works in the order in which I recommend they should be read, that can be passed down the line to my descendants. And those 18 books are listed in not only this book, but every book, all 5 books that I've written, in the recommended reading section. You can find those books enumerated. So one of the things I'm going to do when I'm back in America is because I'll be there for 3 weeks and I won't be needed the whole time for to attend to horror. I'm going to search for uh, a copy of the Torah with nice notes by Rabbi Rashi and a copy of Carl Sagan's Cosmos. I imagine that the Cosmos book won't be that hard to find, but the Rabbi Rashi Torah might be a little bit tricky. I might have to go down to Hollywood or something like that, or some area of town where I can find a nice Jewish library, perhaps, that I can find a book like that. Imagine me amongst all the black-hatted Jewish men. You know, excuse me, do you have a copy of the Torah, Rabbi Rashi Notes Annotations Edition? Why Rabbi Rashi? His explanations are fantastic for two reasons. The Torah, of course, is the Torah, but the and you can get copies of that just about anywhere. But if you, it's a little hard to understand. But well, sometimes there's the matter of interpretation. And what's really neat is that a lot of Orthodox, at least Jewish people, have settled on the idea that whatever Rabbi Rashi made of it, um, that's good enough for them, which is good enough for me. So if I'm studying the Bible and I'm particularly interested in the the Pentateuch, and for example, I want to know, well, what was meant in Exodus 16:3, and well, I can look it up on the Torah, and I can take a look at what Rabbi Rashi had to say about it, and well, at least as far as the Orthodox Jews are concerned, that's probably the truth. Interesting. So it's interesting to have not only have a source of biblical scholarship, but a source of biblical scholarship that the Orthodox seem to be at least as much as unanimity can be achieved, have been achieved in many ways. So I want a copy of that, Tad. I had one before, but it was really hard to read. It was like this big. It was gigantic monster book, and I didn't keep it when I came to Japan. There wasn't room in the suitcase, so I went to my friend Trevor, who has that. I believe he still has it. So Jim's up early. Good morning, Jim. He's sending me photos. Okay, so back on that. So that's this. So the second part of being ready for death is to have my affairs in order. Affairs in order, relationship sound. That was part two, and the third part is to, sorry, affairs in order, life's work complete, and it is. And the third part is having my relationship sound. Now my life's work will be really, really. Well, I guess it's not completely complete because I'm missing two books from my set up there. So if I can get those two books in the upcoming 3 weeks, then that will be done, and I'll be even more ready for death. Oh, but the third part is having my relationships in order, and yeah, they are. I mean, as much as my relationships in good shape, as far as they are with everybody in my life and my family, they're as good as I can possibly make them to be, um, as good as I can hope them to be. All right, number two, the second objective is to make good and effective use of my time. Three is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, namely those which are outlined and codified and explained in my book, Going Alone, in the chapter titled The Good Life. 4 is to cultivate good emotional reactions so that I respond well to difficult situations. 5, to perform good actions relative to my creed. 6, to recognize my true limits and true opportunities. 7, to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And number 8, to achieve and maintain a state of balance, which is the consequence of pursuit and attendance to the first 7 objectives, uh, utilizing my 35 principles to get me there. To that end, I'm going to read one of the principles now. Today, I'm going to read uh, The Restless Man, which is principle number 22, which you can read on page 266 of the hardbound edition of Going Alone. The Restless Man opens with a long quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Traveling is a fool's paradise. We owe to our first journeys the discovery that place is nothing. At home, I dream that at Naples, at Rome, I can be intoxicated with beauty and lose my sadness. I pack my trunk Embrace my friends, embark on the sea, and at last wake up in Naples. And there, beside me, is the stern fact, the sad self, unrelenting, identical that I fled from. I seek the Vatican and the palaces. I affect to be intoxicated with sights and suggestions, but I am not intoxicated. My giant goes with me wherever I go. One of my favorite quotes from passages from Ralph Waldo Emerson that we traveling, looking for the peace that we should attend to before we have left in the first place. My own writing here on the copy of the idea of the restless man. There must be someplace better than here, somewhere I can go to find satisfaction. If only I had made those earlier bad, if I hadn't made those earlier bad choices in life, hadn't gone left when I should have gone right or straight or heck, even back. If I'd only decided to spend my life with that other person or stayed in that other city or taken a different job, any direction at all besides the direction I went, which led me now to this settled, safe, dull, and unsatisfying place and life. Oh, how I want now that something else. Maybe I can convince those I'm bound to here, the people who expect and deserve my life with them here, the ones I've committed to, that there is some place better than here for us all. I've done that. Maybe I can drag them all along with me, the spouse, the kids, the dog and cat. Done that. We'll throw all this crap we've gained chuttering, chuttering the garage, things we bought attempting to settle our restless ticking, things which quell nothing for more than a day or a week, gaining us only further loss in their successful gain. Oh, damn it all to hell. Why am I stuck here in this place and doing this job and living in this home and behaving this way when none of it is as when none of it is really truly me? Why did I agree to this arrangement? Why can't I get away? This is what we think. And this is what we do when nature prompts us to new horizons. Nature has wired the young to press boundaries, to go beyond limits and to cross over mountains to find new places where more or better might be found. This instinct and drive are one of the ways we survive. It's how humans spread across the globe. It's why we went why while we went extinct in one place, others of us lived on elsewhere. Not everyone is built this way. Men more than women, I suspect, but both sexes to be sure. And there will be no peace to those who are so driven. The only peace being, that's important to remember, there'll be no peace for those who are so driven. The only peace being the arrival of old age. That is absolutely true. Expect some relief in the mid 50s or thereabouts, about the time and in relative proportion to your waning bodily potencies. Absolutely the case. Until then, suffer if you ignore the call to the path, and even then, suffer on. Ah, all right, putting the book away for 3 weeks. I won't take it with me, so I'll just be doing everything from memory, from the top of my head once I get back to the States. Let's read comments. Oh, as for today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to America. That's what I'm going to do. Hi, Kurt. Erica. Hi, Erica. Wishing you a smooth and safe trip. Thank you, Erica. Let me put this candle back before I burn myself. Hello, Tim. Good morning. Weather check for the UK at 8:35 p.m. is 9.4 degrees Celsius and 81% humidity. A mild, dry day becoming mild, wild and windy this evening. You just have the most wild and interesting weather there, Tim. It's always something or another with you, huh? Rain, wind, and beautiful descriptions of it all. As for here, it's good gosh, it's so dark I can't really make it out. What is that? Could it be that cold? It seems to be. That can't be true. It looks like it's hovering just above like 3 or 4 degrees. It can't be that cold with like 80% humidity or something like that. It's too dark to see. Hello, Evelyn. Hi. Evelyn says hi to myself, Erica, and Tim in Athens, Greece. It's 11 degrees Celsius and 93% humidity. Very close. Just a little warmer and a little more humid than up in the UK. Laura, is that Byron storm complete? Has it passed? Has it passed over you, Evelyn? Tim says hi, hello to Evelyn. Erica says hello to Evelyn and Tim. Tim says hi to Erica. Evelyn says, sadly, once the horror shows begin, they never end. There's always a new one waiting around the corner. Horror show preparedness is a brilliant idea. Ooh, good, good. That's an interesting observation. Maybe it's a consequence of the season of life, right? I mean, especially being mature adults with very old parents. Excuse me. It seems to beg horror. But you're right. You're right. You're right. It is. I'm expecting it to be a feature of life now. And you're right about horror show readiness. There's peace of mind that comes of being as ready as we can be. Tim says, reminds me of the Boy Scout motto, be prepared, which was a good foundation for me from an early age. I agree. That is a good motto. Evelyn says, I hope you're able to locate the books you need to complete your collection. I don't think I'll have any trouble, Evelyn, especially since I gave up the idea of getting the big first edition Cosmos hardbound edition. I had a copy. I gave it to Trevor when I came to America. Like I said earlier, didn't have room in my suitcase for those two big books. I had that big Torah with Rabbi Rashi notes and then the Cosmos, and I gave them both to Trevor. So, but the thing is, I've got just enough space in my little bookshelf here for two softbound editions. I hopefully I can get a small Torah with the notes that I want and a small version of Cosmos. Thank you for your well wishes in my project. And having projects to do is going to be something that's going to help keep my sanity while I'm there, because I expect that I'm going to be pushed away, if not outright or wholesale, at least from time to time, or I might just judiciously decide that I need to step aside from the horror show to to because I won't be wanted, right? And when I sense I'm not wanted, I need something to do. So going out and looking for books is one of the things I'm going to do. Evelyn says, Elvina, hello, Elvina. Says, hello, Erica, Tim, aka Penguin, Evelyn. Cold and snowy day here in Mimico. I hope everyone is having a great day. Thank you very much, Elvina. It's the start of what I hope will be a very good, if not a very, if also a very long day. Erica says, my version of your book is soft cover and the pages are numbered the same. Oh, really? Okay, wow. That's interesting. That I guess it's close enough. Oh, right. It doesn't have to be. I never really realized that. It's probably the same thing. It's just hard versus soft. I should probably. Probably don't need to say hardbound edition anymore. You've given me a proof point. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that the page numbering would be the same, and it makes sense that it would. Thank you, Erica, for pointing that out. Erica says hello to Elvina. Tim says hello to Elvina. Elvina says hello to myself. Wish you a safe, uneventful travel day. Thank you. Evelyn says hi to Elvina. Tim says weather is really topsy turvy at the moment. Tomorrow, Monday, is forecast quite nice and sunny, but Tuesday another storm, gale force winds, and more rain. Evelyn says there's no better project than one that deals with books. I like that. I put that on a t-shirt. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off for now. I will be taking my microphone with me to America, and if I can slot this activity in at 12:30 p.m. every day at lunchtime, then I will do so. I will be doing my good life meditation at least every day, if just on my own. But whether or not I'll actually show up to do a live stream for the next 3 weeks will depend on circumstance and opportunity. So if you don't see me from day to day or for the whole 3 weeks, just know that everybody that I appreciate you. I always enjoy seeing folks when they have a chance to pop in and say hi. I wish you all the very best. And Evelyn, I know that you'll be traveling back to America soon to attend more of the same, like as I am doing, and I wish you all the best with that as well. And I hope the storms that come are followed by some tranquil days as well. Let's take these on to the best of our ability. Tim says you will be missed at radio exercise. I'm gonna see everybody shortly. I'll have to tell them I'm leaving. Thank you, Tim. Have a safe trip, Kurt. I hope everything works out okay. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Hello, Whiskey. Good to see you. Yeah, it has been a while. It's good to see you. Whiskey says I bought a Ricoh GR3X yesterday. Very nice. Elvina says, we'll see you when we can, Kurt. Yes, indeed, Elvina. 3 weeks, at least assuming I live, because you never know, because, tonight I might die in my sleep. Assuming I live, I'll at least see you in 3 weeks, or at least I'll be available in 3 weeks, but maybe sooner than that. Thank you, Evelyn. I appreciate. Evelyn says that we will be thinking of you. Thank you, Evelyn. Whiskey says, "What's up? You may not be on the daily." Um, yes, Whiskey. I'm going to America today, so I'll be in America for the next 3 weeks, and I will still be doing this, but I may not have the opportunity to do it live. I'll be back at the end of the month, and we'll resume as normal, assuming that I don't die in my sleep tonight, which I will. So yeah. So everybody, I thank you again. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. As for me, tonight I will die in my sleep. Take care. You too, Whiskey. Bye bye.